The Tyrant is a miniseries directed and created by Park Hoon-jung. He's a robust director from Korea who does mostly gritty crime thriller or action horror sort of stories. He's responsible for The Witch Part 1, The Subversion, and the sequel, The Witch Part 2, The Other One. This is actually a spin-off of those two movies. So this takes place in the same sort of grimy world of human experimentation. If you're unfamiliar, The Witch Part 1 is about a young girl who is sluggish and turns out she's like an experiment or something, and she's got powers, and she basically goes up against a company that's trying to find her. And then the second one is another sort of character. So this movie does the same thing. There's a girl named Choe, and she basically is an asset. She's got powers of sorts. However, she's betrayed by her father's gangster cronies after a job gone wrong, and she's left for dead. However, she's survives it, and there's no action in the first episode. They cut away, and it's kind of pissing me off. But we're mainly focusing on Director Choe. He's basically a young man who basically has been doing secret experiments on humans. And the CIA finds out about it, so they want him to send them all their samples and destroy all of it because it's too dangerous. However, he is stubborn, and he has someone, No-young, the gangster that betrayed Choe. He basically steals this sample and goes into hiding, and everyone's sort of trying to find each other, shoot each other. There's also an assassin named Lim who might have powers or just be really tough. It's basically all these different characters trying to fight over this sample, really. And there's no action in the first episode, so it's kind of boring. However, they do make sure to have a shootout in the second and third episode, and the last episode has like Hollywood-style action. So you definitely get your action quota, and I don't think this would have worked as a movie because it's very episodic. And problem is, this story is entertaining. I liked, you know, the action. I liked the shooting. There's a lot of headshots and violence. Problem is, anytime Park Hoon-jung makes one of these stories, he keeps building up the world of the experiments and the people with powers without connecting them. So the first story is about actress Kim Da-mi playing like a sluggish girl who has like a power, and then she's got to go up against this company that wants to kidnap her. And then the second movie does the same thing. There's this little girl. She's apparently escaped from a facility, and she gets found by some yokels or something, and they get involved with gangsters, and she wrecks all the gangsters, but then a whole bunch of operatives with power show up, and they all fight everyone, and then the two of them connect. So you're like, oh, we're building up this kind of like super powered teenage girl kind of thing. And then this miniseries does the same thing. Choe basically has powers to begin with, but then she basically spends the entire series trying to get revenge on those who betrayed her. So she kind of teams up with the assassin guy a little bit until the finale where they have to fight some super soldiers at the end, and there's lots of action and people just getting wasted. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really tie in enough to the Witch movies to the point where is this Choe girl gonna, you know, join the other two, and we're gonna have like a teenage Korean girl with superpowers team or something, and they're gonna take on a corporation or something. They're not really building up to anything. It's just every time they make one of these things, it's entertaining and action-packed, but it feels kind of like disposable because we're not really connecting anything. You're just adding more organizations, you're adding more types of creatures without, it's not even doing the world building that well either. So overall, The Tyrant's enjoyable, but you won't really enjoy it as much. You don't even need to watch the Witch movies before this anyway, because they're not even connected. But overall, it's violent, entertaining. It's, I guess, if you like the actors in it. But overall, it's going to feel really disposable. So those are my thoughts on the Tyrant miniseries.